Let's begin by offering our respects to ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
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 Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Itti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Om
Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay, so we welcome all of you to our weekly Bhagavad Gita classes. We have with us here Auntie Neeta, Aja, Ayush, Dipti Adnani, Disha Milwani, Durga Prasad. Then we have Deepa, Karuna Jadwani, Kirti, Khushbu, Lal and Mehak Milwani, Manju, Ranjit Das. Then we have Rito Lalwani, Sri Radhe Hari, Sohani, Upasna, Shivani and Venkatesh. Okay. What did we see in the previous class? We are on chapter number
10.
Chapter number 10. What is the title of chapter 10?
It is the opulence of the Absolute.
Opulence of the Absolute, yes. So what did we see in this opulence of the Absolute?
See the sages.
See, Krishna begins the chapter by saying that he is going to explain what? He's going to explain knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. What has Krishna already explained in chapter 9 is the most confidential knowledge. So here Krishna is saying, I'm going to give you knowledge that is better than even the most confidential knowledge. And why does Krishna speak this? Because he wants the listener to benefit. He wants Arjuna to benefit. And what is Arjuna's qualification? How can one be qualified to be able to receive this knowledge? Krishna says, because you are my very dear friend, which means one should not be envious of the Lord. Arjuna is not envious of Krishna. Arjuna is not envious of Krishna's position, his opulences. No, one is non-envious. So therefore, that is a qualification one requires to be able to receive this knowledge. And what is it that Krishna is saying? First of all, Krishna says that nobody can understand, neither the hosts of the demigods nor the great sages. They know my origin and opulences. Why is it that they do not know? Is because Krishna says that he is the source of the demigods and sages. Because Krishna is the source, it's just like we gave the example, no? The father will know more about the son than the son would know more about the father, because the father is the source of the son. The father has seen the son from birth to adult and boyhood, old age, everything. So like that, because Krishna is the origin of the demigods and the sages, the demigods and sages do not know Krishna's origin and opulences. Then Krishna says that he who knows me as the unborn, the beginningless, and the supreme lord of all the words, Loka Maheshwaram, no? Krishna uses the word Loka Maheshwaram. So only that person is undeluded. Only that person is not under any kind of illusion or any kind of a false idea. Because you see, there are so many confusions. No, people say that Hinduism is, they believe in so many gods and so many crore Devi Devatas are there, and so many beliefs, so many sub paths. So what is it that how can we understand? No, how can we understand? Because every person says my path is the best. No, my every salesman says my product is the best. So how to reconcile? So here very clearly Krishna says that how he is the supreme lord of the worlds. And we understand how all the Devi Devatas are the administrators of the universe. Just as how a country can have one president only, right? We cannot have multiple presidents in one country. So one country, one president, one head. And there are so many ministers, there are so many departments, and there are different ministers taking care of the different departments. So like that, the Devi Devatas are the different administrators of the different departments of the universe. So this is how we can reconcile. Then in 4 and 5, Krishna is talking about the different qualities. We mentioned all these qualities in detail. We discussed each of them in detail, and how Krishna says that even the qualities of the living beings are created by me alone. So Krishna is not only creating devatas, the living entities, the great sages, he's also, even the qualities of all the living beings are created by Krishna. So nothing can exist independent of Krishna. Then Krishna is talking about the progenitors of the universe. Progenitors of mankind, the seven great sages, and so Sapta Rishis, and then the 4 are the great sages, the 4 Kumaras, and the Manus. How many Manus are there in one day of Brahma? Who remembers?
$14.
14, yes, 14, very nice. 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. So totally there are how many progenitors? 14 plus 4 plus 7, 25. So what is the result of knowing the opulence of Krishna? Krishna says that one is convinced. One who is convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind, automatically he engages in unalloyed devotional service. It is only natural when you know somebody is the supreme personality of Godhead. When you know somebody is your master, when you know somebody is your father, then automatically the next natural step is one engages in devotional service. So Krishna is saying that one who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. To whom? To Krishna himself. Now in the modern day world, As Prabhupada said, people are willing to serve the dog, but they are not willing to serve God. That is the unfortunate position in today's scenario. Okay, so today we will start from text 8. As we discuss 8, 9, 10, 11 are called as the Chatushloki Gita, or the 4 nutshell verses of the Bhagavad Gita. The entire Bhagavad Gita can be summarized in these 4 verses. And actually amongst these 4 verses also, 8 is a full summary, shloka number 8. 9, 10, 11 is elaborating on 8. So these are important shlokas. We will see them today. Does anybody have any question? Yes. Okay, where are we? Does anybody have any question? I'm sorry. Before we proceed. Okay, so Shri Radhehari, did you say that you wanted to read? I'm sorry, I couldn't get that properly.
Yes, Mata.
Okay.
Even I wanted to read the 8. I'm sorry.
Okay, so since
No,
Lala has never
Prabhuji,
read,
you can read. Prabhuji, you can actually go ahead and read. That would be much nicer. Yeah. We
okay,
cannot hear from you today.
okay, thank you. All right, so section 2, the Chatushloki Gita, the opulence of his position as the source of all. This is what we are going to see in this section. Eagerness of his devotees to love and serve him. So the Krishna says that his devotees are always eager to love and serve him. And how does he also reciprocate with that eagerness? This is what we see in these 4 shlokas. Let's hear the shloka.
अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवो मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावसमन्विताः.
You're muted, Lal. Are you there?
No, I'm sorry. What I meant to read is, what I meant to say is that I wanted to read the flow the 4 shlokas, and when you said the 8 is, everything is comprimé in the 8. So that's what I wanted to read. I couldn't get to read.
Yes, please go ahead and read.
Okay, I'm the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotion, service, and worship me with all their hearts. That's the 8th one you said, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to read.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Can I read, Mataji?
But it's already been read.
Oh, okay, yes.
So, aham sarvasya prabhavo. Krishna is saying that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Mata sarvam pravartate. Mata, from me, sarvam, everything, pravartate, everything is coming, everything is emanating from me, Krishna is saying. So, everything that exists, both material and spiritual, is coming from Krishna. Nobody has come into existence before Krishna. See, it's a very common statement made that Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu. So what do you think? The statement is true or false?
False.
False. Because what is Krishna saying? I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. So if Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu, then Vishnu is the source of Krishna. No, but Krishna is saying that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. So this is the reason why we should read the Shastra and not just believe on some loose statements that are made by people, something that's generally believed and spoken by people, or something that we may see on a television serial, TV program, or a movie. No, we have to read the Shastras to get a proper understanding. So Krishna is not an avatar. Krishna is an avatari. He is the source of all the avatars. Now, one may think, why is it so commonly believed that Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu? Is because that also there is a reason. We know that from Krishna come from Krishna comes Balaram, and then we have the 4 quadruple expansions. The first Chatuvyuha, we have seen this in detail. No, then comes Narayan, then comes the second quadruple expansion, the second Chatuvyuha expansions, and then come the 3 Vishnus. But Krishna's first expansion in the material world is Mahavishnu. Right? From Mahavishnu comes Garbhodakashay Vishnu, and from Garbhodakashay Vishnu comes Shirodakashay Vishnu. So actually, when an avatar descends, they come through the gateway of Vishnu. He is the gateway because he is in charge. No, in the material world, he is in charge. So the avatars, they descend through the gateway of Vishnu. Therefore, it appears as though, because they are appearing from that gateway, therefore it appears that from Vishnu, Krishna is coming. But that doesn't mean that is at that point of time, but that doesn't mean that Krishna was not existing before that. So because of that, there is this common misconception. Yeah, Lavina, you have your hand raised.
Yeah, that means only Krishna is all the 10 avatars which were taken from Vishnu. They are telling like Vaman avatar, Narsingh avatar, and all these things. All of them are the same thing as Krishna or different.
Yeah, Vamana
like-
and all these other names that you mentioned, like Vamana, Varaha, and those avatars, they are what we call as Vishnu Tattvas. Now, what is the difference of between Vishnu Tattva and Krishna? Is the Srila Prabhupada explains is the difference between birthday candles. If you have on a cake different birthday candles, now there are different designs and different sizes, but the traditional birthday candles, they are all of the same size. So they all look the same. They all have the same potency to burn, isn't it? So all the Vishnu Tattvas, they have the same potency, the same power as Krishna. But still there is one original candle from which the other candles were lit. So Krishna has that original candle. And all the Vishnu Tattvas, they have the same potency, they have the same power, they have the same opulences as Krishna. But still Krishna is the source of all of them. Krishna is that original candle. So this is how we understand Vishnu Tattva and Krishna. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so Krishna says, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. Now, next, what does he say? The wise who perfectly know this. So one should be aware of this, that Krishna is the source of everything. So what happens once you know this, what do they engage in? They engage in my devotional service. So they are not engaging in devotional service to some other personality, some third party. Krishna is clearly saying, those who know this, those who understand this, they engage in my devotional service. And how do they engage in devotional service? They worship me with all their heart. So it's not that they are doing it grudgingly. It's not that they are complaining, but they are very happy to do it. No, they are very joyful, and it is very happily performed by the devotees. So those who know this engage in my devotional service, and they worship me with all my hearts, Krishna is saying. So this is the whole crux, to understand Krishna as the source of everything. To know that, to understand that, to accept that, and then engage in devotional service. That's all one requires. I only do what Krishna likes. Therefore, Krishna will take care of his devotees and take them back home, back to Godhead. The whole success in one's spiritual life depends on this one shloka. If one can follow this one shloka, then one can achieve success in the spiritual life. Now, there are 3 concepts which we need to understand. There are 3 things. One is Sambandha, then we have Abhideya, and then we have Prayojana. Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Now, what is Sambandha? Sambandha means to establish our relationship with God. What is our relationship with God? Then once the relationship is established, once you know what is our relationship, then what is the thing that you're going to do next? What is it that naturally follows? That is called Abhideya. Okay, now you know your relationship. Now what are you going to do next? That is called Abhideya. What has to be done? Then third is Prayojana. Prayojana means by doing that, what is it that you're going to get in return? Let's say somebody is an orphan and he doesn't know who is his father. But now somehow he comes to know who his father is. So that is established. Now, who is your father? And that relationship with that person is established that yes, this is your father. Now, once you that often establish the relationship that yes, this is my father, then what happens next? What is he going to do next? Right? He has to fulfill the duties of a son. And after that is after he does what it requires, now what a son is supposed to be doing, then what is it that he's going to get back in return? Of course, the father is going to take care of him. He's going to take him under his loving shelter. And he's going to take care of him. No, he will also fulfill his duties as a father. So that is SAP. No, we can remember this with that acronym SAP, SAP, Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. So this verse tells you Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. It tells you all the three things. What is the Sambandha here? When Krishna says that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds, everything emanates from me, Krishna is establishing Sambandha. What is the relationship? What is our relationship with Krishna? So because he is the source, he is our source, of course, he is our father. Then what is Abhideya? Okay, now that we know Krishna, our source is Krishna, what is it that we have to do? What is it that we have to act on? Then Krishna says, the wise who perfectly know this, they engage in my devotional service. So once the relationship is established, what are we going to do? We are going to engage in devotional service. So this is Abhideya. And Prayojana, what is it that we are going to get? What is the result of that? That we are worshipping him with our heart. So our heart is involved. No, we have given our heart to Krishna. So there is a loving exchange between the father and the son, between Krishna and his devotees. So this verse actually it gives you Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. So this is the importance of shloka number 8. See some important points. Krishna speaks about his glories, not to prove his position, but to improve our disposition. He doesn't want to, Krishna doesn't have to prove himself to anyone. He is the supreme. Everything has come from him. Just like a king does not have to prove to his subjects that he is the king. He is the king. Whether one accepts it or not, the king is the king. No. So Krishna is speaking about his glories to not to prove his position, but to improve our disposition for our well-being. So that we can recognize whom we have to worship and what we have to do in relationship to that. Therefore, Krishna is speaking about his glory. So Krishna is doing us a great favor. No, it is his mercy that he is revealing his glories to us. So the Gita shows the route to the root, ROUTE, no, the way to the root. Where is it? Where does the buck stop? No, now we have a father. Our father has his father. His father had his father. His father had his father. His father had his father. It's like that. Where does the buck stop? No, the buck stops at Krishna. So the Gita shows us the route to the root. Where are we coming from? What is the source? Where are we originally emanating from? Asking who made God is like trying to draw a square circle. See, the nature of a circle is round. We cannot draw a square circle. So we cannot ask who made God, because God is the source of everything else. Sometimes the atheists, they will say, oh, but who made God? Nobody made God. God makes everybody else. So asking who made God is like trying to draw a square circle. See, here there are many
Vedas.
differences from the other scriptures also that also say the same thing that Krishna is saying. So from the Vedas it is saying, it was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. So all Vedic knowledge is coming from Krishna. From all Vedic knowledge, who has to be known? Krishna has to be known. Then the Supreme Personality Narayan desired to create living entities. The Upanishad continues. So we will skip the Sanskrit in the interest of time. From Narayana, Brahma is born. From Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. This Narayana is an expansion of Krishna, because Krishna says that he is the source of everyone and everything. So more References here, the son of Devaki, Krishna, is the Supreme Personality. Then here, another reference. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality, Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, no sun. In the Maha Upanishad, it is also said that Lord Shiva was born from the forehead of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped. So, Krishna is the creator of Brahma and Shiva. Then, from the Mahabharata, Krishna says, the patriarchs Shiva and others are created by me, though they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusory energy. From the Varaha Puran, Narayana is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. So here there is a chart. We were discussing, no? From Krishna comes Balaram. So Balaram is Krishna's first expansion. Krishna is called as the Adi Purusha, the original person. Then from Balaram comes the first quadruple expansions. From the first quadruple expansions comes Narayan. What does the name Narayan mean? Does anybody know? Narayana means what? What's the meaning of that name?
The resting place
The resting place of?
of the Nar means human being, right?
Yes, the resting place
So-
of all living entities. No, Nar means living entity and Ayana means resting place. So Narayana means the resting place of all living entities. Okay, coming back. From Narayana come the second quadruple expansions. And then we have the Purusha avatars of the three Vishnus, Mahavishnu or Karanodakashai Vishnu. Then we have Garbhodakashai Vishnu and we have Shirodakashai Vishnu. Mahavishnu is creating universes by his breathing. Every time he breathes out, universes are being created from every pore of his skin. An entire universe is coming into existence. And when he breathes in, all the universes are going back into his body. So that is creation and destruction. No, that is millions and trillions of years for us. But for Mahavishnu, it's only one breath. His one breathing in and breathing out. That's all. Then Mahavishnu's expansion is Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Mahavishnu is creating the universes. Now somebody has to take care of each universe. So Garbhodakashai Vishnu enters into each universe to take care of that particular universe. Now inside the universe, there are many living entities. So Garbhodakashai Vishnu expands as Shirodakashai Vishnu, and he is entering into the heart of every living entity as the Paramatma. So you see, Paramatma is coming from Garbhodakashai Vishnu, who's coming from Karanodakashai Vishnu, who's coming from the second quadruple expansion, who are coming from Narayan, who is coming from the first quadruple expansion, who are coming from Balaram, and who is coming from Krishna. So this is how this is how we understand how Krishna is the source of all the living entities. Then we know from Garbhodakashai Vishnu, from the navel of Garbhodakashai Vishnu comes Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma, when he's angry that the four Kumaras are not willing to procreate, so he's angry, and from his anger comes Lord Shiva. We saw in the previous class how when he created Lord Shiva and he wanted Lord Shiva also to procreate, but then the children of Lord Shiva were creating destruction. And then Lord Brahma told Lord Shiva to go for meditation. No? So like this, we can understand how Krishna is the source of everything and everyone. Let's go to 9.
मच्चित्ता मद्गतप्राणा बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च.
So Lala, are you going to read for the rest of the class? Can you?
Can I read, Mataji?
I'm sorry. Hello. I had it in mute. I read this one, then you can carry on. No problem. Is that okay?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
All right. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted in my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me.
Okay, so now Krishna is saying the thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So let's see the Sanskrit. Mat chitta. Mat chitta means the minds are fully engaged. The chitta, the mind is fully engaged in whom? Which personality? Mat. In me, Krishna is saying. So my devotees, Krishna is talking about his devotees, no? So he's saying that my devotees, their minds are fully engaged in me. Mat gata prana, their lives are also devoted to me. So the pure devotees are serving Krishna by their minds, by their body. And then what is he saying? Bodhayanta parasparam. They are preaching amongst themselves, which means they are exchanging, they are talking or they are discussing Krishna Katha. So when somebody is preaching, the person who's speaking Krishna Katha and the one who's hearing Krishna Katha, they are both getting benefited. Both parties are getting benefited. So what does a devotee do? A pure devotee is engaging in Krishna service by mind, by body, and by speech also. So Krishna is saying that the thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me, their lives are fully devoted to me, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another. So here they are talking, they are conversing about me. So mind, body, and speech. And by engaging in these three activities, what is it that they get in return? So Krishna is saying tushyanti cha ramanti cha. They get tushyanti, they get satisfaction, they are pleased, they are satisfied. And ramanti cha, they derive great bliss from talking. So what do you think here in this verse? What is being discussed? Sambandha, abhideya, or prayojana?
Abhidev.
Abhideya, where
No,
there is
some-
abhideya? So abhideya is when we act in according to the relationship that has been established, right? Sambandha is establishing the relationship. Abhideya is what we do when the relationship is established, and prayojana is what we get out of it. What is the result of abhideya? So Shivani, you said there is abhideya here. Now, where in the shloka can you see abhideya? Can you say?
Are fully devoted to my service.
Yes, correctly. Yes, exactly. No. So Krishna is saying that they are fully devoted to my service. So they are acting in relationship to their in relationship to what is their relation to Krishna. Very nice. More. Anywhere else there is abhideya?
And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another, conversing about me.
So when there is great bliss and satisfaction, what is that? Sambandha, abhideya, or prayojana? Prayojana, yes, because they are engaging in devotional service, therefore they are getting satisfaction and bliss, isn't it? And where else can we see abhideya? Other than lives fully devoted to my service? When Krishna says, the thoughts of my pure devotee dwell in me, their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they enlighten one another and converse about me, here there is abhideya. And then when he says tushyanti cha ramanti cha, satisfaction and bliss, they derive great satisfaction and bliss, there is prayojana. Okay. See, in the
Mataji,
purport,
can you,
what's
sorry,
that one?
can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question? I'm still a little confused. I understand Sambandha, that's relationship. Can you again explain the other two? I get confused in those two.
Okay, so abhideya means what is it that one does? What is the action or what activity one undertakes after you have established your relationship with God. Now, once you know my relationship with God is that He is a supreme personality of Godhead, I am His servant. Now you know that He is supreme and you are the servant. Now, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You have to act on it. So, what are you going to act on it? If you are a servant, what does a servant have to do? A servant has to
Serve.
serve. No?
Serve.
So, that is abhideya, the activity that you undertake after you establish your relationship. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So once you engage in that activity, once you engage in service, once you act as a servant of God, what is the result of that? That is prayojana.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so
that
yes, Lavina.
means satisfaction is prayojana.
Yes,
Satisfaction.
yes.
Okay.
Satisfaction and bliss here in this verse is the prayojana. Satisfaction and bliss.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now coming to Bhakti Lata Bij. Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport, Bhakti Lata Bij. Now what is this Bhakti Lata Bij? Bij means seed and Lata means creeper. No. So Bhakti Lata Bij means the seed of devotional service. When a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener and sowing the seed in his heart. So who is the one who sows the seed of devotional service? Who sows the seed? See, one thing is to sow the seed, and the other thing is to water the seed at the right time, the right quantity, so that that seed can grow into a, in this case, we will say creeper. Okay. So one thing is to sow the seed, and the other thing is to take care of that seed. Who sows the seed, first of all, in our hearts?
Krishna.
Okay, Kirti wrote in Kirti writes in the chat that Guru sows the seed. Yes, the spiritual master, he sows the seed of devotional service. Now, our duty is to properly take care of that seed. We have to water the seed gradually, properly in the right quantity, in the right time, so that that seed can nicely grow. So see here, when a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener and sowing the seed in his heart. If he waters the seed gradually by the process of Shravana and Kirtana, how are we going to water the seed? By hearing and chanting. The seed will begin to sprout.
Okay.
If we do not take care of the seed, if we are not good gardeners, we just take initiation, but we are not following the instructions of Guru, then what will happen? Will the seed sprout? If you
No.
sow a seed
No.
but you never water it,
No.
will the seed sprout? It's not going to sprout. So taking initiation is important, and post initiation, following the instructions of the spiritual master is also very, very important. We need both. What happens sometimes? Somebody may take initiation, but once they take initiation, they think that, okay, now I'm initiated, I got my guru, now I will do what I want to do. No, that is an even more serious crime. After initiation, after the seed has been sown, we have to be good gardeners and properly take care of that seed. So that is called as Bhakti Lata Bij. Shivani, you have your hand raised. I cannot hear you, Shivani. We cannot hear you.
Shlok 10, right?
Yeah, but Shivani has a question. She has raised her hand.
Okay.
So looks like Shivani has some connection problems. Okay, let's wait for her to come back. Okay, let's continue reading here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can you hear me?
Yes. Now we can hear you. Tell me.
You can hear me now?
Yes, now
Yeah,
yes.
my question, I have a question. So you said the Guru gives us the seed. Guru gives us seed and we have to nurture it. So if you don't have a Guru, then you don't have the seed, right?
Yeah, then you have to find a
Bhakti
guru.
Lata Beach, you don't. So until you don't have guru, you don't have that, right? You can have it
Yes.
from other devotees or Vaishnavas.
So all Vedic
Hare Krishna.
literatures recommend that one should accept a bona fide spiritual master. You can have other Vaishnavas for support system. So just like how you have, see here, if you maximize, let me see this. See, Sadhu Sangha is the second step of the sprouting of that seed. First step is Shraddha. One must have a firm faith. Then there is Sadhu Sangha. You can see here, second step. And this Sadhu Sangha is there throughout. If you see here, throughout this stem, you have Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha. So Sadhu Sangha is like there for your support throughout the stages of the growth of this Bhakti Lata Bij. Okay, that is always going to be there. Pre-initiation and also post-initiation. So that you can always remain in Krishna consciousness. But the sowing of the seed, that the bona fide spiritual master does. Because the Diksha Guru takes the responsibility of the disciple. See, in ISKCON, we all know that the mantra that one receives at the time of initiation is no secret mantra. It is open. No, we all know what is the mantra we receive. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So yes, the Guru gives you the same mantra at the time of initiation, but when you receive it from the Guru, although you already know the mantra from before, now you have the blessings of the Guru to be able to chant. So that makes a difference. Now the Guru is instructing you. So now when you chant, you are chanting under the instruction of the Guru with the blessings of the Guru. So yes, you need the bona fide spiritual master. Sadhu Sangha, devotee association, Shiksha Gurus, yes, they are all there throughout the growth of the Kripa. But still, you need a bona fide Diksha Guru.
So, okay. So I was under the impression that you can get the seed from a Vaishnava, but that's not so. Then it comes only from the Guru.
Yes, the Guru is a Vaishnava. The Guru is a devotee.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that it has to be a Guru. I thought it was, because I've heard so many times that bhakti you can get from a Vaishnava, meaning.
See, you can get bhakti from a
It has to be
Vaishnava.
a Guru.
Vaishnava,
I
wait,
thought it could be any Vaishnava, but that's.
No, wait. Bhakti, if you say you can get bhakti from a Vaishnava, yes, you can get bhakti from a Vaishnava. But that Vaishnava does not take your responsibility. That Vaishnava is there to help you, to guide you, to support you, but he does not take responsibility to take you back home, back to Godhead, because you have not taken any vows in front of that Vaishnava. The Vaishnava is there to help you, but have you taken any vows? Is there a yagya? Just like a marriage ceremony. In a marriage, there is a yagya, and the man and woman, they take some vows in front of that fire. And on the other hand, a man and woman, they are living together, they are supporting each other, they are living like husband and wife, but they have not taken any vows. So one can walk out of that relationship very easily. But when the marriage vows are taken, when one is actually married, now it's not so easy to walk out of a marriage. There is a whole legal process to follow, and one may have to divide properties, and so many other things are there. So like that, actually, when one gets initiated, some vows are exchanged. There is a yagya ceremony, some vows are exchanged. You are committed to fulfilling the vows that you have given to the spiritual master. Now with other devotees, you are not committed, right? You have not taken any vows. You have not promised to another Vaishnava that I will follow the 4 regular principles and chant 16 rounds. You have not made any commitments. But with your Guru, you have made commitments. He can give you bhakti, but because there is no commitment, there is no contract as such. No, it's when you accept a Guru, it is more serious commitment. You understand? Just like how it's more serious commitment when two are married, in contrast to when two are just living in together.
Yeah, I understand that, Madhavi, but I just want to make clarify for me that the Bhakti Lata Beach, the seed itself, it's only Guru who can give you, right? Nobody else.
See, Bhakti Lata Beej we can get from devotees, but to become more serious, we need Guru. Durga Prasad says.
Oh, so you can get it from. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
She's still confused.
You can get bhakti from devotees, but you need a guru who's actually going to take you back home, back to Godhead.
Yes, like Radha Swami we are.
Okay.
Here, Prabhupada's lecture 24 hours, Prabhupada will send you a guru and he will work from your heart. You don't worry about anything, don't think about anything, don't have an anxiety about anything. Just hear his voice. He will send you a guru. He will take you to him and you don't have any anxiety or any chinta. Just be chinta free. Take classes, come to classes on time, do your work, and that's it. Guru coming or Guru, you going to Guru, Prabhupada's, it's in his hands. He will share that enlightenment with you when you're ready, when you're fixed up. When you want to have a Guru, he'll send you one. Until then, you take him as your Guru and you hear him and you preach the way he wants you to. Don't be worrying that, oh, I don't have a good this and no, that's not our mission. Our mission is to hear Prabhupada's voice and his instruction. So Shivani,
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I'm not worried. I just had a question because I was confused.
I know, but I
Either-
want you to feel like free. You know, any question you have, Prabhupada can answer. You don't have to worry about. I know you're not worried, but you just take his instruction to the heart. He will send you a guru. I know he will.
Okay, thank you, Hare.
Okay, let's proceed. When a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener and sowing the seed in his heart. If he waters the seed gradually by the process of Shravana and Kirtana, hearing and chanting, the seed will begin to sprout. The creeper of devotional service, so nourished, gradually grows, and the devotee, acting as a gardener, goes on pouring the water of constant hearing and chanting. The creeper of devotional service gradually grows so high that it passes through the entire material universe and enters into the spiritual sky, growing still higher and higher until it reaches the planet Golok Vrindavan. So this is a purport from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So you see this Bhakti Lata Beej, it grows and grows and grows through the material world until it reaches the spiritual sky. Now there are different stages here. It starts with faith, Shraddha. I think I have it in the next slide. Let me see. 1 second. Oh, I don't have it here. Okay. So the first stage is Shraddha. Some faith should be there. Now with association with devotees, that faith would be strengthened. Then next stage is Bhajana Kriya, the practice of devotional service. So when we come into contact with devotees, when we come in contact with sadhus, then we engage in devotional service. Now, as we engage in devotional service, it removes all the obstacles to bhakti, anartha, nivriti, all that is inauspicious, all that is anarthas. Anartha, the word anartha means that which has no artha, that which is meaningless, that which is useless. All those things will disappear as we engage in devotional service. And then comes the stage of nishtha or unshakable resolve. Here you come to a stage where no matter what happens, you will not give up your devotional service. One is determined to continue irrespective of all the obstacles that may come in between, irrespective of all the insults that one may have to bear from friends and relatives, irrespective of temptations that may come in the way also. So here, nishtha. Then after that comes ruchi, taste for bhajan. Now one develops the taste. One begins to enjoy engaging in devotional service. Then comes the stage of attachment, asakti, attachment to Krishna. After attachment comes the level of bhava. There are some emotions, there are some emotions that are now involved. After attachment, now there are emotions. And the highest stage of this Bhakti Lata Beej is prema, pure love for Sri Krishna. So this is the blossoming of the Bhakti Lata. So here, some points from the purport. Rare fortune to get the seed. There are innumerable living entities traveling throughout the different planets of the universe, and out of them, there are a few who are fortunate enough to meet a pure devotee and get the chance to understand devotional service. Watering of the seed, hearing and chanting Hare Krishna. How does a seed fructify and grow? It penetrates the covering of material universe. It reaches Brahma Jyoti and grows more. So this goes beyond even Brahma Jyoti. Final destination, it reaches the highest planet Golok Vrindavan and takes shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and rests there. It gradually bears fruits and flowers, and watering process goes on. So we have to understand that it is a gradual process. There is no magic wand that, okay, from today onwards, I'm going to chant 16 rounds. And within a week, I want that everything magical should happen to me. No, everything wonderful should happen to me. No, it takes time. Just as how the seed does not grow into a tree in one day or 1 week or 1 month, it's going to take time. Constantly, we have to take care. No, so like that, gradually one bears the fruits and flowers, and watering process goes on. Full absorption. Thus one becomes fully absorbed in the love of Godhead and comes to the stage where one cannot live a moment without the Lord. At this stage, devotee attains transcendental qualities in contact with the Lord. So see here, at this stage, a devotee attains transcendental qualities. Actually, we are qualitatively the same as God. We are the same as God in quality, of course, not in quantity, because God is supremely powerful and we are tiny parts and parcels. But in terms of quality, no, he is Satchitananda, we are also Satchitananda. So at this stage, a devotee attains transcendental qualities in contact with the Lord. That's why you will see devotees, pure devotees, they will have very divine qualities. They will not, you can easily tell a pure devotee from a gross materialist. Analogy just like of how a fish cannot live without water. A fish cannot live without water. In the same way, the devotee cannot live for a moment without the Lord. Let's go to 10.
येषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते.
Translation.
Hare Krishna, to those who are constantly devoted and worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Hare Krishna.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So, Tesham Satata Yuktanam. Satata. Satata means always, not that when I feel like it. Today I got up in the morning, I don't feel like engaging in devotional service. No, today is a Sunday, I want to take a break. Oh, today Ekadasi is on a Sunday, but I want to go out. I don't want to fast on Ekadasi. No. Satata, constantly. So, what is Krishna saying? To those who are constantly devoted to serving me. And how? Preeti Purvakam. No, that bhajatam, that devotion, how should it be? Preeti Purvakam. It is, one is serving the Lord with love, not grudgingly or not complaining or not that, oh, why do I have to do this today? No, not like that. So Preeti Purvakam, Krishna is saying. To those people, what does Krishna do? He gives, Dadami, he gives. What does he give? Buddhi Yogam. He gives the intelligence. He gives real intelligence. And what happens with that intelligence? He gives the intelligence or the understanding by which they can come to me. Yena mam upayanti te. How they can come to me. So Krishna is saying that if you are engaging constantly and you're serving me with love, then for such people, he gives the intelligence, buddhi yoga. And because of that intelligence, then they can come to me. Okay, I see Aja has her hand raised.
What if sometimes we are sick?
So you do your best. Krishna says, I carry what you lack and preserve what you have. If you're sick and you cannot, I don't know, for example, if you're so sick that let's say one is bedridden, or let's say one is in coma. So how is he going to chant his rounds? No. How are you going to chant the rounds? So it's something that's there in your subconscious mind. In your subconscious, even a person who's in coma, The mind is still working. So in a subconscious mind, that chanting will be going on for such a person. If he has been practicing throughout the lifetime, it will be going on even in coma. If one is
Or
so sick,
chanting,
one
chanting
cannot.
is enough.
What's
Chanting
that?
is in that situation. Chanting is enough. Chanting itself is enough, right? The service means you also have to do the puja every day. Or those things are there, right?
Yeah, so you do the best you can under your circumstances. Krishna sees your intention. Krishna sees your sincerity. Krishna sees, are you really so sick that you cannot do it? Or you're not so sick, you could do it, but you took the excuse of my fever and say, okay, I have a fever, and therefore I don't want
That's
to.
different.
So Krishna knows exactly what you're thinking. He's right there in your heart. Okay, so he sees the intention. You do your best. Whatever is lacking, Krishna will put in. No, Krishna says, I carry what you lack. Okay.
Okay.
See, there was a time when my Guru Maharaj, his neck was slit. No, he was at the airport, and there was this fanatic person who attacked him with a knife, and he actually slit his throat. And he lost his voice. He was not able to speak immediately. Of course, now he had an operation and everything, but at that time he had lost his voice, so he was not able to chant loudly. So I have heard from other devotees that at that time he would write the mantra. That's how he did his 16 rounds, by writing it. Okay, so you do the best you can under your circumstances.
Okay.
Okay. See, this what Buddhi Yoga, intelligence. Now, Krishna says that I give them intelligence. So, usually, the general belief is that devotees are foolish. They are just emotional fools. No, they get carried away by emotions, or they are just fanatics. But actually, devotees are intelligent people, because here Krishna is saying that if you engage in my service, satatam, or constantly, then he gives you intelligence. So devotees are actually very intelligent people, in contrast to what is the general belief of the people. Now they think, oh, you are so foolish, you are sacrificing so many things. You're just being an emotional fool. But Krishna says that I give them intelligence. Now, based on this shloka, one more thing. What do you think? What comes first? Bhakti comes first, or buddhi comes first? From bhakti comes buddhi, or from buddhi comes bhakti? Based on this shloka, what would you say?
Buddhi.
Buddhi.
Bhakti, buddhi comes from bhakti.
Buddhi comes from bhakti.
Bhakti.
Why? Because here what is coming first? Krishna is saying, those who are engaged in serving me with love, I give the understanding. So if you are doing bhajatam in a constant way, satatam and priti purvakam, then Krishna says, I give the understanding, I give you buddhi. So based on this verse, one can conclude that from bhakti comes buddhi, or buddhi comes from bhakti.
But still, if we don't have buddhi, then how will we do? We just put some interest in doing bhakti.
Okay.
But
Yes, you have a very valid point. But we will answer your question in a few more minutes. Just hold on to your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
See here, action in Krishna consciousness is a sign of highest intelligence. Why is it the sign of highest intelligence? Because a devotee knows that if I engage in Krishna consciousness, Krishna is going to take me back home, back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime. That is intelligence. No. See, if we want to purchase a very valuable product, if I want to purchase a very nice, let's say, diamond necklace, okay, I should be willing to pay the price for the diamond necklace. So if I want to go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime, I should be willing to pay the price for it. I should be willing to follow the instructions of Krishna as it is. Not that I will follow this instruction, but I will not follow that instruction. I will follow this because this suits me better, but I will not follow that because I don't like that instruction. No. So action in Krishna consciousness is a sign of highest intelligence. If I'm not willing to pay the price, okay, if I say that I don't want to spend more than 1,000 rupees, then there is no way I'm going to get the diamond necklace for 1,000 rupees. I'm going to have to settle for something that's artificial, that may look like diamonds, but it is diamonds. So if you want the real thing, if you really want the highest, most valuable product, if you want to go back home, back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime, then obviously you have to be willing to pay the price for it. Everything comes at a price. So buddhi means intelligence and yoga means mystic activities or mystic elevation. Thus, buddhi yoga is a process by which one gets out of the entanglement of the material world. Ultimate goal of progress, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How can one get introduced and know this goal? By association of devotees and a bona fide spiritual master. Now let's come back to this verse. Usually, the jnana yogis, jnana yogis, they argue based on this verse, saying that jnana yoga is higher than bhakti yoga. Why do they say that? Based on this verse, what is their argument? They say that after doing this bhakti, after doing bhajatam priti purvakam, after doing the bhakti, ultimately one comes to buddhi yoga, jnana yoga. So they say from after doing bhakti yoga, then only you are coming to jnana yoga. So finally your goal is jnana yoga only. Okay, this is their argument. But how can we defeat that argument based on this very verse? Who can spot it? Who can say?
Sorry, what's the question again?
Okay. The question is, how can you defeat an argument of a jnana yogi who says that Krishna says in 10.10 that after you do bhakti yoga, you come to the level of jnana yoga. So therefore, he is saying that after doing bhakti, you are coming to the level of jnana. So actually, the goal is jnana yoga. So jnana yoga is superior to bhakti yoga based on this verse. But how can you defeat that argument and say that bhakti yoga is higher than jnana yoga based on this very shloka?
From my experience, I have observed that bhakti yoga, when you chant a nama, when you do the nama smarana, your mind clears. So then you will have more concentration, and so you need bhakti before jnana. You need that concentration. You need that clear mind.
Okay, this is your experience, but this jnana yogi is not willing to do the experiment with bhakti yoga. He is not ready to do the experiment and see it for himself. He is only arguing based on shastra. So based on shastra, based on this shloka, how you can defeat him? Yeah, Shivani has her hand raised.
I give the understanding by which they can come to me by that.
So what is the catch line here?
I give the understanding. Give understanding.
Gives the understanding, okay. So he can say Krishna is giving the understanding, okay, but he's giving the understanding, therefore he's giving jnana yoga. So our goal is jnana yoga, so jnana yoga is superior. So what is the catch line? The one word, the catch line here is?
Constantly devoted to
Constantly devoted.
Always engaged.
Constantly devoted, engaged is bhakti yoga. From bhakti yoga, Krishna is saying, if you do bhakti yoga, see, let's read again. To those who are constantly devoted, so those who are doing bhakti yoga, Krishna is giving jnana yoga. I give the understanding. So he is saying that from bhakti yoga only jnana yoga is coming. So jnana yoga is the ultimate.
Serving me.
Huh?
Serving me.
Serving me. The catch line here is me. Okay, me. Because Krishna is saying me. Now, what is the destination of a jnana yogi? There are three realizations, Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. Brahman realization is when a person, when the yogi, when the jnana yogi is, when he attains success, what's the maximum destination that he can get is he will merge into the Brahman effulgence. That's the maximum that he can get by practicing jnana yoga. For an Ashtanga yogi, what is the maximum that he can get? He can realize the Paramatma. For a bhakti yogi, for one who's engaged in bhakti yoga, he realizes Bhagavan, God as a person, right? God as a person. Bhagavan means God as a person. So here, Krishna is saying, he gives the understanding, okay, by which they can come to me. Here, Krishna is standing there in the battlefield and he's saying me. So Krishna is talking about Brahman effulgence, or he's talking about Paramatma, or he's talking about person, Bhagavan realization. What is he talking?
Bhagwan.
Bhagavan, isn't it?
Yes.
Because there Krishna is standing as a person, Bhagavan realization. So he's saying,
Person.
I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So that person gets Bhagavan realization. So which of the three categories? Jnana yogis don't get Bhagavan realization. Dhyana yogis do not get Bhagavan realization. It is only the bhaktas. They can get Bhagavan realization. So this is another important aspect that one should understand. No, when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master, what is it? What is the process that the guru is offering you, and what kind of a realization you can get by following those practices? Now, is he offering you that path by which you can realize Brahman effulgence or Paramatma or Bhagavan? Highest realization is
Bhagwan.
So
Bhagwan.
based on this shloka itself, see how we can defeat that argument. Okay, Shivani has her hand raised. Shivani, you have a question?
Oh no, Mataji, that was from before. Sorry.
Okay. So see, there are different stages. When one knows the goal is Krishna but is addicted to the fruits, that is karma yoga. When one knows the goal is Krishna but takes pleasure in mental speculation to understand Krishna, he is acting in jnana yoga. When one knows the goal and seeks completely in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, he is acting in buddhi yoga or bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga is nothing but buddhi yoga. When one engages in devotional service, that is nothing but the highest intelligence. Lord gives intelligence in Bhakti Yoga. Krishna helps. One may have bona fide spiritual master and may be attached to a spiritual organization, but still, if he is not intelligent enough, Krishna from within gives him instructions to come to him. So, if you are not following, if you have accepted a guru, you belong to an organization, and still intelligence is lacking, then Krishna is a Paramatma. He is guiding you from within. Always there. The Paramatma is always there in your within you, throughout all your lifetimes in the material world. What is the only qualification? Be sincere and devoted to the activities of devotional service. Only expectation, one should perform some sort of work for Krishna with love. With love. Okay, 11.
येषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
Out of compassion for them, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with shining lamp of knowledge the darkness of born ignorance.
So what
To
did
show
Krishna
them
say in the previous verse? Krishna says that he gives buddhi, he gives intelligence, to people who are devoted to him, and those who are engaging in devotional service, priti purvakam, lovingly. Now, how is it? How does he give buddhi? How does he give intelligence? Krishna is explaining in 11. So how does he do it? Krishna is saying that to show them special mercy, anukampa, to show special mercy, aham, what does Krishna do? He destroys darkness born of ignorance. See, aham agyana. Agyana means ignorance, and tama means darkness. So wherever there is darkness, there is ignorance. The two words go hand in hand. So what does Krishna do? Because of his special mercy, because of his anukampa, he removes agyana and he removes the darkness. How does he dispel that darkness? He says nashayami. Nashayami means he destroys it. Uska nash karna in Hindi they say, no. So he destroys it. How does he destroy it? By jnana deepena, with the shining lamp of knowledge. Jnana. So agyana is removed by jnana. Darkness can be removed by a lamp. So Krishna is saying, to show them special mercy, I dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So this is how Krishna gives us intelligence. So you see here, where there is Krishna, there is no question of darkness. There is no question of ignorance. Where there is light, there is no darkness. No, even if you are in a pitch dark room, it's very, very dark. You cannot see anything, and it's a huge black room. All that darkness can be dispelled by lighting one small tiny candle. Also, you light in the dark room, immediately you are able to see. So darkness can be dispelled by the shining lamp of knowledge, Krishna is saying. So philosophers criticize devotees as naive sentimentalists. Example, Lord Chaitanya was criticized by Prakashananda Saraswati in Banaras. Now in the next slide, we will see the story. So our refutation, we can see many learned scholars have put forward philosophy of devotion. Even if a devotee not intelligent enough to take advantage of the literatures of his spiritual master, if he is sincere in devotional service, he is held by Krishna himself within the heart. So if let's say somebody is completely illiterate and he cannot read the Shastra, he cannot take advantage of the literatures of his spiritual master, he cannot read the books, he is completely illiterate, then also Krishna will, from within, he will remove his ignorance. He will remove his agyanata. Agyana is removed by Krishna. We know the story of this Brahmana who was complete illiterate, and Chaitanya and he was flipping through the pages of Bhagavad Gita, and he was just crying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approached him and asked him, "Why are you crying?" So he says, "My guru has asked me to read, but I'm illiterate, I cannot read." No? And then he asked him, "So why are you crying?" He says, "I'm crying because when I think about Krishna, when I think about the Supreme Lord, how he's pulling the chariot, how he's taken the subordinate position of being a servant for the sake of his devotee, I feel like crying." So you see, he has not read, he's completely illiterate, he cannot read, but still Krishna has given him the understanding how to understand Krishna. So like that, Krishna from the heart, he will help his devotee, even if the devotee is not intelligent enough. So here is the story of Prakashananda Saraswati. You can read the detailed story in Chaitanya Charitamrita. You go to your database, click on Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter number 7. Here you can read it in detail. Here we have a short understanding. Prakashananda Saraswati, a renowned Mayavad sannyasi and scholar of Banaras, heard that one young sannyasi called Krishna Chaitanya had arrived in Banaras and was chanting Hare Krishna and dancing like a madman. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna, but in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Although he is Krishna himself, he always presented himself as a devotee of Krishna. He always presented himself as a devotee of the Lord, and he also accepted a spiritual master. He had a guru, and on the instruction of his guru, he was chanting. So a lunch meeting was arranged between Prakashananda and Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prakashananda visited Lord Chaitanya and Prakashananda advised Lord Chaitanya that such chanting and dancing on the streets does not befit a sannyasi. He said that the duty of a sannyasi is to study the Vedanta Sutras. Mahaprabhu replied, "My spiritual master, seeing me as a fool, directed me to simply chant Hare Krishna. He told me that you are not qualified to understand the Vedanta philosophy, and therefore you must chant the holy name of Krishna, because this holy name is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy." So you see how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that he is a fool before the spiritual master. This is the attitude of a disciple. A disciple always remains a fool, no matter how intellectual, how advanced, how expert a Pandit or Sanskrit scholar one may be, one is always a fool before the spiritual master. Okay, now let's see what happens next. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu elaborately explained the glories of the holy name and also explained about the real Vedanta philosophy. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also defeated him in argument. The Lord completely defeated Prakashananda's false understanding of the Vedanta Sutras, which made Prakashananda Saraswati surrender unto the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the story of Prakashananda Saraswati and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was known actually when he was young. His parents had named him Nimai because he was born under a neem tree. And before he had taken initiation, he was known as Nimai Pandit because he was known for his proper understanding of the Vedanta Sutras and the Vedas, and he defeated many, many scholars in Vedic philosophy. So here, coming on these, based on these 4 shlokas, the Chatushloki, which we have seen today, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Let's again come back to the question that Lavina raised. knowledge leads to devotion, or devotion leads to bhakti. Now we saw in one verse, in 9, no, in 10, we saw that from bhakti comes buddhi. Now, is there anything that says that it is vice versa?
It says that it shows special mercy. Like even if a devotee doesn't have a buddhi, then Krishna shows them a special mercy if they're sincere.
Is there anything in 10.8 that says that knowledge leads to devotion?
Knowledge can also lead to devotion because you know,
Yes,
have
because
some realization because
because
you know the reality.
what is it in 10.8 that indicates that knowledge leads to devotion?
The wise who perfectly know this, that knowing part.
Yes,
You know
exactly.
more about God. Okay.
See what Kirti said. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service. So here, what is coming first? Knowledge is coming first. They know this. Then comes devotion. So those who know this engage in my devotional service. So according to 10.8, knowledge leads to devotion. From buddhi comes bhakti. Is it okay?
So the answer is buddhi comes from bhakti. No,
No,
not
wait, not so fast. Then 10.10 and 10.11, we understand that devotion leads to knowledge. Because here Krishna is saying that those who are constantly devoted to me, he gives them the understanding. So here there is devotion first, and then comes the understanding, then comes the knowledge. So 10.8, if we strictly go by 10.8, we can conclude, okay, knowledge leads to devotion. But if we go to this statement of Krishna, where he says that those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding. No, then you can say that devotion leads to knowledge. So actually here you have both statements. Both
yeah,
statements.
You need God's mercy to have that knowledge, right?
So you need
get
God's mercy
that.
to have the knowledge. And how does the mercy come?
Through bhakti.
Through bhakti.
Right.
So what comes first?
Bhakti comes first.
Devotion
So how can you do bhakti
or
without knowledge that Krishna is
But-
God? How can you devote yourself to someone without knowing about that person?
through knowledge.
Through knowledge. So what comes first? Knowledge comes first or bhakti comes first?
Knowledge.
Knowledge comes first. Can you have knowledge without Krishna's mercy?
No.
No.
It's just a circle.
No.
Okay, Kirti has raised the hand.
It's Krishna says that intelligence also belongs to him. So only by the more we dotel ourselves in Krishna's service, he gives us our intelligence can be used, and that is how our intelligence will be purified, and he will give further intelligence how we can go to him.
Yes, exactly. So what comes first?
Bhakti comes first.
Bhakti.
Okay, both go hand in hand. Okay, this is how we answer.
Yeah.
Both go hand in hand. So the relationship between knowledge and devotion is collaborative or it is mutual. Initially, there has to be some basic philosophical understanding about Krishna to attract us. But as we render service, our knowledge deepens and the knowledge increases our affection further. And when we serve Krishna with affection, then Krishna gives greater knowledge to us. This is exactly what Kirti had said. So very nice, Kirti. I congratulate you for the same. Okay. Okay, we have more. Okay, here we have the 9 stages of Bhakti Yoga, which we have already discussed. We saw the chart before.
Can I ask
Here
a
you have
question?
it in the bullet points. Yes.
Can I ask? But okay, from the previous slide, Guru will put that seed, right? So you don't need actually.
You don't need what?
Guru will put the seed, right, in you. Guru will help you to. Guru will put the seed in you, so then you don't need that understanding before. So you can just blindly start chanting, and slowly you get even without.
No, to
Right?
accept a guru also, to see when we accept a guru, we don't just blindly accept a guru. Now, to accept a guru, there are so many things you need to understand before you accept a guru. Why are you accepting a guru? What is it that you are signing up? No, what are the vows that you have to take to the guru? So some knowledge has to be there before you accept a guru. Why are you surrendering to Guru? Why should you follow the instructions of the Guru? What are the instructions that the Guru wants you to follow? And what are you going to get by following those instructions? That preliminary understanding has to be there before you accept a Guru, right? Okay, Kirti has
So, okay,
a hand
so
raised.
you go to Guru, you need a peace of mind or whatever it is. So when you go, you don't know anything about anything, right? So, and Guru is the one who's advising you. And if you like that a path, you will just follow, right? Isn't that the way?
Yeah, see, when you accept a Guru, there are some things that you have to ask, you have to inquire. First is, whatever the Guru is offering, is it Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, or Bhagavan realization? And what is it that you want? If the Guru is offering a path by which you will realize the Brahman effulgence, and that's all that you want to realize, you are not interested in realizing Paramatma, you're not interested in Bhagavan, then fine, you can go ahead with it. But if your desire is to realize Bhagavan, and the path that the Guru is offering is only Brahman, then you want to look further, isn't it? One thing is that. Another thing is, whatever the Guru is offering you, is he promising that he can take you back home, back to Godhead at the end of this lifetime itself? Or do you have to wait for more lifetimes? That is another crucial thing that you want to consider. Because one may have the desire to go back home, back to Godhead. Now, the first question is, do you want to go back home, back to Godhead, or you just want to remain in this material world? If you want to remain in this material world, then okay, again, birth, death, disease, and old age is going to continue. Fine. Now, if your answer to the question that do you want to go back home, back to Godhead, if the answer is yes, the next obvious question is, what kind of a time frame are you looking at? Do you want to go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime, or you're willing to wait for a few more lifetimes? When we say few more lifetimes, it's definitely millions more lifetimes. Okay, several millions more birth, death, disease, and old age. Now, if your answer to the question is, do I want to go back to Godhead in this lifetime? Then again, you have to see that is the Guru promising you that to take you back home, back to God at the end of this lifetime? Yes. And then the third obvious question is, are we willing to pay the price it takes to go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime? Obviously, if you want a very valuable product, you have to pay a higher price. Obviously, if you want to go back home, back to Godhead in this lifetime, you have to surrender more. You cannot say
But
that I
if you
want to
have
go back home,
Krishna,
back to Godhead in this lifetime, but I am not willing to surrender. No, it doesn't go hand in hand. If you want to enter a jewelry shop and you want to buy a valuable product, you should be willing to pay the price for it. If you want to hold back your money and you don't want to pay, no, you want to spend only, I don't know, 100 rupees, then you have to go to a plastic shop and you pick some plastic products, but you will not be able to pick up valuable products. So when you choose a guru, these are the considerations that you have to seriously consider.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Even if Guru tells us that, promises us to take us, he will take us. But if we don't do those things, how will Guru take us?
That is also there. Of course, when there is a contract, both parties have to respect the contract.
Accept
No.
those.
If the disciple is not keeping his part of the deal, then the guru may or may not keep his part of the deal. If the guru is, it depends on the guru. He may or may not take you back home, back to Godhead because you have broken your contract.
Yeah.
Yes, that is also
Okay.
correct. Aja, is your question answered?
Yes. Okay. So we need to be careful selecting guru in selecting guru, right?
Oh, it is the
So
most
what I
important decision of your life because that guru is eternal. It's an eternal relationship. Remember that. Guru is an eternal relationship. It's not only this lifetime. It's life after life after life after life after life. Guru is that person whom you should be willing to serve like a menial servant, even life after life after life after life after life. Just like when we get married, no, marriage is a very, very important decision because you have to live with that person for the rest of your life, at least in Indian culture. Okay. But guru is that person with whom that relationship is there even after this lifetime. It's an eternal relationship. Eternal relationship. It's the most important decision of your life. And you don't want any mistakes there.
True.
So be very, very careful. Okay, what else we need to discuss?
Hare Krishna Sanam, I have a question.
Yes.
If I want to remain on in this material world, life after life, serving as a devotee, doing service in the temple, anything wrong with that?
So if you want to remain in this material world serving the devotees in the temple, then that also should be under the instruction of a spiritual master. That should be under the instruction of the guru. If it's on your own, then what is a guarantee that in every lifetime you will be serving the gurus or you'll
No,
be
of course.
serving the devotees and you'll be serving the temple?
That's how you will be taking initiation. You will be having a guru, and then only you will be serving in the temple, doing the devotional service.
Yes. So
But
if
if you want to remain,
yeah.
on this material platform and continue.
Yes, no problem with that, but always under the instruction of the guru.
Yeah, that is understood. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else we need to discuss? There is pin drop silence. Okay, then. I think today Disha will be putting up the question paper for chapter 10. And I still have to put up the
9.
report for the previous chapter. I will do it now, post the class. It was very nice, very high scoring exam. It was a previous chapter. Many of you have got full marks. So thank you very much for sincerely doing the exams. Shivani, you have your hand raised?
Yes, Mataji, I tried logging in for the other chapter. It says that you need a passcode and the test has been closed. So I don't know
No,
what
the
to do.
test is closed. The original test is closed, but with the guest code you can enter if you log in with your account already. I think maybe you have to check if you're logging in with the same account, or you have to again register and then you need to log in. And then with the guest code,
No,
you'll
I did. I logged in, but somehow I cannot get to the other ones. It just doesn't open it for me. I
Okay,
logged in.
so
That's why I did.
okay,
That's how I did the
so
chapter 9 yesterday.
okay, so
So
I recommend that you contact Disha Jadwani directly because she's the one who's putting it up on the site and she knows it better. She will help you out. Okay.
okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay, then. Anything else we need to discuss? All right, then. See you all next week if Krishna so sanctions. Till then, have a nice week in transcendental, blissful Krishna consciousness. Vanchakalpataru kripa sindhu vyayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita
Jai.
ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Dhanapana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanam. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.